Hello readers, so today I'm going to show you in this, recording slash slideshow how Shannon and I recreated our intertitles within Adobe Premiere. I previously explained on my blog the problems that we experienced with the intertitles. So Shannon had already created our intertitles within LiveType, and then we found out that Adobe Premiere and LiveType wouldn't be compatible programs. So we've had to remake them in Adobe Premiere Pro, but overall this was quite a quick and easy experience. So it wasn't too bad, and we just had to deal with the situation at hand. So I'm just going to show you the process of recreating the intertitles basically. So in this slide, we've gone from title, and then we've opened up a window in order to create our first intertitle, which is the release date. We chose to release our film on Valentine's Day as it represents the subgenre of romance, and it's just a poignant day, so like a memorable day that will entice viewers to go see, because normally couples are together on this day and they can watch the film together and just enjoy it together. So this is why we chose this particular date, and that's just us first creating it. We chose the font Penelope Ann again, which we originally looked at to use as our title, but now we've used it for the intertitles, as we feel it reflects the coming of age genre, as it sort of looks a bit like handwriting, which is reminiscent of school and so on. But anyway, enough of the waffling on. This is the first stage of recreating the intertitles. We also modelled these around the original intertitles, so yeah, basically. And in this slide you can see that we have enlarged the font, so we just increase the font size so it fills the whole screen, which is conventional of intertitles, so it grabs the viewers' attention. So yeah, it's just larger. And then this slide shows us placing the intertitle into the sequence, and we've chosen to place it after the scene in which Marnie and Rowan first meet, so it kind of hints at where their relationship is going to go, so basically in a romantic direction, and it just represents the subgenre of romance and the film narrative by placing it here, basically. The next slide just shows us having cut down the actual clip so it doesn't last too long, and just sits nicely in between the clips. This slide shows us applying a video transition. We felt that the transition from the footage to the intertitles was a little harsh, so we wanted a fade in from the footage to the intertitle, so this is what we're applying here. And then in this slide we're just setting the transition duration, so as you can see it's 3 seconds, so it's not too long and it's just a nice fade in from the footage to the intertitles. And then here we're just creating 2 gaps between the clips, so it's just a bit of black between the intertitle appears, so it's not too of a sudden transition from the footage, and it just again sits nicely in between the clips. This slide shows us placing the title into our footage. We firstly wanted this to be over the actual footage, so it appears after Marnie's jumped into the water. However, we then decided to place this onto just a black background like the other intertitles, as we felt it didn't work too well against the footage. It kind of looked a bit amateur, so we've put it on a black background so it's also more prominent and stands out to the viewer more. So that was our first decision, but then we changed, and you can see we've also added some more intertitles into the sequence, and again placing the little gaps around them so the transition from footage to intertitle isn't so sudden and harsh. And in this clip, we're changing the opacity. This can be seen at the top right of the program. We're changing the opacity so it goes from 0 opacity and then increases to 100 opacity and then back down to 0 opacity, if that makes sense. So it's like a gradual fade in of the text and fade out as it increases and decreases in opacity, because we felt the fade transitions weren't that helpful, like it suddenly did just appear, and we wanted it to be more gradual, to add a soft visual reflective of the romantic genre again. And the next slide then just shows the opacity at 0, so and then obviously we increase it, and that's basically how we recreated our intertitles. Obviously we didn't screen grab everything, but that's the general gist of the process, and I hope that helped inform you more. And I feel that the whole process was successful. It took us about 2 hours, 3 hours, and it would have taken us time anyway to place in the original intertitles into our sequence, so it wasn't too much of a hardship recreating the intertitles. But obviously we would have, if we could have like redone our whole process of creating the intertitles, we would have originally done it in Adobe Premiere Pro, because it is a lot easier than LiveType. But yeah, so we're really happy with the finished result. Thanks for watching.